All right, Shalom, Israel. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. And this is the I.S.U.P.K. Houston Friday Lashawan Qadash class. Lashawan Qadash meaning holy tongue in the Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? This is a class where we get back to our culture as Israelites and go into our language. You know what I'm saying? We spoke the Lashawan Qadash before we spoke English, before we spoke Spanish, and before we spoke Creole. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, this is your culture. This is your true heritage, your true language. You know what I'm saying? The Hebrew. And then today, Friday, in the Lashawan Qadash class, we get back into the Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? We learn, we go over words, phrases, and we go over it in the Hebrew and write it in the Hebrew as well, the ancient Assyrian and Paleo. So with that, we're going to get right into it. We're going to start class how we always start class, going over the alphabet. All right, class, repeat after me. Ah, ah, ba, ba, da, ga, da, da, ha, ha, wa, wa, za, za, ha, ha, ta, ta, ya, ya, ka, ka, la, la, ma, ma, na, na, sa, sa, I, pa, pa, ta, za, qua, qua, ra, ra, sha, sha, and ta, ta. All right. Those are the 22 characters in the Hebrew alphabet. You know what I'm saying? Well, all Hebrew words are use those letters, the characters. So now we're gonna get into class. Today, we're gonna go over something that you may be able to use in your everyday life. You know, so I'm not gonna make it too difficult. You know, so this is a beginner's class. You know what I'm saying? I'm holding it down for Officer Yagrum. You know, so we usually teach the Lashawan Qadash, but this is a beginner's class, and we're gonna go over weather. In today's class, I'm gonna go over some forecasts in the some ways to describe the daily forecast in Hebrew. And the first word I'm gonna go over, something that you might be able to use, is cloudy. When it's cloudy outside. The Hebrew word for cloudy, or cloud rather, because remember Hebrew is a brutish language, so there's not an exact word to kind of say that it's kind of cloudy outside. It's a little bit cloudy. I just say there's clouds, and cloud is I9. Let me write this, erase this Y. Cloud is I9. So let me get the Strong's concordance for you. Can you see that? It's a glare on the screen. Slakia for the glare. There's not much I can do about that. Let me see if I can change the camera. There's not much I can do about the glare, Israel, Slakia. About that. But I'm going to get the Strong's concordance for cloud. We're using cloudy right now. Cloud, cloudy, same thing. Clouds. The Strong's concordance is H6051. And before I break down cloud, and before I break down I9, which is cloud, into the ancient Assyrian and ancient Paleo Hebrew, I'm going to get a phrase to break down as well. Now remember, this is a basic class, so try to remember just the main word we're going over, or the main word of the forecast we're going over. I'm going to go over 4 of them. in today's class. 4 to 5 if we permit the time. But try to remember I9 means cloud. If you're real good, you can remember the phrase that we go over for each forecast. So the phrase that I'm gonna go over today for cloudy is it was a cloudy day. And really with that, how to say that in Hebrew, it was a cloudy day, is za, which means it, yawam, which means day, and ma'awanan, ma'awanan. All right, going over the other classes, if you were been watching class, you would know that this is a prefix, ma, and then there's also a suffix, wa, and the root word is I9. So the wa is in between I9, in the middle of I9, and the prefix ma, which is describing the day. Cloudy is describing the day. The prefix ma is from, and wa, the suffix, is his. So the day was cloudy. The day was cloudy. That's what that is referring to. But again, I'm not going to dwell too much into the prefixes and the suffixes. You know what I'm saying? This is a beginner's class, a basic class. You just want to remember I9, and if you're good enough, you can remember Za, Yawam, Ma'awanan. Za, Yawam, Ma'awanan. It was a cloudy day. Za, Yawam, Ma'awanan. So now this is the fun part. We're going to break it down into the ancient Paleo and Assyrian. So we got I9. So remember, writing in Hebrew, I just wrote all of this right, left to right. But when we're writing in Hebrew, we write right to left. So I'm going to be writing in the opposite direction now. All right. So there we have I9. Up top is the ancient Paleo. You see we got our connectors. There's 3 letters, I, na, and na. There's 3 letters and 2 syllables. So there's 2 connectors. I9, that's up top on the ancient Paleo. And down here below is the Assyrian. I, na, and nan. And the nas are the same letter, but there's different characters because na is one of those letters. Na is one of those letters as when it ends and when the word ends with that letter, there's a different character from when the letter is in the middle of the word or at the beginning of the word. The ending letter is going to be different from the middle letter. So na looks different at the end of the word. That's why it's like that. So that's I9 in the Hebrew, in both ancient Paleo and Assyrian. So now we're going to knock out the phrase. All right. So now we got our phrase in the ancient Paleo and ancient Assyrian. The Yawam Ma'ai. We got the one connector, only one syllable in that word. Yawam, two connectors, one connector for ya, and then another connector for connecting wa and ma into wam. Yawam, two syllables, two connectors. The Yawam and Ma'ai. 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 Four connectors, four syllables. That's the ancient Paleo. And now down below we have the Assyrian. You see this ma right here at the end of Yawam. It's a box. And the ma at the beginning of Ma'ai is open at the bottom. So that's one of those letters that's different at the end than it is in the beginning or in the middle of the word. The letter is different at the end. And same with the na in Ma'ai. The ending of the letter na. Na is another one of the letters. That symbol is different. So I'm going to give you about 5 to 10 seconds to, copy that down. Remember, cloud, I9. Cloudy or cloud, I9. When you see a cloud in the sky, you can say I9. That's Hebrew for cloud. And that's how you write it out in the Hebrew, ancient Paleo, and ancient Assyrian Hebrew. All right. Now we're going to get into our second forecast. Our second forecast is going to be rainy or rain. And we write rain. The Hebrew word for rain is gasham. So raining, the Hebrew gasham is a noun. So to use it for a verb, I would have to get back to you on that to say raining. Well, we're gonna bring it out in the sentence that I put. But rain is gasham. Let me get the Strong's Concordance for that. The Strong's Concordance for gasham, which is rain, is H1653. All right, so now we got rain, gasham. Before we go into the ancient Paleo and ancient Assyrian, I'm going to give us the verbalization of our phrase. And our phrase is going to be, it's raining hard outside. You know what I'm saying? So we'll be able to see how to say it's raining. Not only it's raining, but it's raining hard. All right, so how we say that in Hebrew is Yobarak. Gasham. Kazak. BLACKWATCH. And from what we just learned previously, we know Gasham means rain. If we've been paying attention, we know Kazakh means strength. So let me look at these last two words to see, break down to how we say it's raining hard outside, what the actual verbalization means. And aside from using your Strong's Concordance, the Strong's Concordance lets us know where this word is used in the Bible. We can use our two-letter lookup, which is what I'm about to use right now to find a word. All right. There's so many letters that begin with ya and wa, so I'm going to do a three-letter lookup. All right, Yovarak means sprinkling. So rain is sprinkling hard, and which leads BLACKWATCH to be outside. It's raining hard outside. Now I'm gonna double check. We don't do anything in the UPK without making sure of it. So I'm gonna look up BLACKWATCH to make sure that's outside. All right, it's not showing it to me. It says Bach. It gave me a different letter, a different word, but that's just. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm 100% sure that this means outside, but judging from rain, hard, strength, rain, and sprinkling, the last word is outside. So that's what I'm saying. I would just by using the powers of singling things out. That's what we would single it out to be. But if you want to know exactly what BLACKWATCH means, come back or post that question in the chat, or come back next class. I'll have it. But now let's get to the fun part, writing it in the ancient Paleo and ancient Assyrian. So we're gonna start with Gasham. All right. Now we have Gasham. We got the Ga, Sha, and the Ma. Three letters, two syllables for the pronunciation. So there's two connectors. A connector under Ga, and then a connector connecting the Sha and the Ma. It's a Sham. Gasham. That's the ancient Paleo. And here is the Assyrian. Assyrian Ma, one of those words that ends in a different symbol. at the end of the word. So let's mug Gasham in the Assyrian. So now we're gonna power down to the phrase. See, even I have to look at the chart sometimes. Tazah. And it ends in Tazah. So it's a different ending. I don't normally end my words in Tazah Salakia. This is a little new for me. Excuse my handwriting. Yeah, it's hard. I gotta kneel down. Salakia. There we go. Perfect. All right. So we got Gasham up top with the ancient Paleo and Assyrian. Now we got Yawarak, Gasham, Kazak, Bakawatazak. It's raining hard outside, down below. You know what I'm saying? We got our connectors for the ancient Paleo. And down below, we got two new letters that end in the word, which have a different symbol from in the beginning or the middle of the word. We got Ka, not to be confused with Cha, but the Ka ends in a different letter. The Ma, you remember that from the last word, but the other letter is Tazah. Tazah ends in a different letter in the Assyrian as well. So down below, I'll give you guys 5 to 10 seconds to copy that down. Or as now Adawan says, be kind and rewind. All you gotta do is screenshot or be crafty with it, however you want to take down your notes. But now you got Gasham, which is rain. All right. definitely fit in 5 today. I'm powering right through these. So we got cloudy, we got rainy, 2 forecasts. What's another forecast that we might want to know to use in the world? Me personally, I mean, I was born and raised in Chicago, so it's only right that we go over snow. I know there's a lot of snow on the East Coast too. So on them northern states and them northern cities, we might want to know how to say snow in Hebrew. So that's going to be our next forecast, our weather forecast. Snow. And that is SHALAM. Get the Strong's Concordance. H7 950. Where to find out where snow was actually used, where shalag was used in the Bible. Snow. So now we're going to go ahead and get our phrase. The phrase is going to be the snow is thick. All right. And how to say that in Hebrew is hashalag amayak. Write that down. All right, hashalag amayak. The snow is thick. All right, and going and what we learned from if we were paying attention to our other classes, you know what I'm saying, going on the prefixes again. Ha is the prefix, meaning the. So the snow is one word, but it means the snow. Hashalag, which the snow, which means amayak would have to be thick, or you know what I'm saying, viscous, or yeah, thick in this tense. So hashalag amayak, the snow is thick. Now we get to the fun part. All right, there we got it. The sha, la, and the ga, 3 letters, 2 syllables in the word, shalag, 2 connectors, shalag, connecting the la and the ga, and shalag, making it shalag. And there you have it in the paleo up top and the Assyrian down below. Now we're going to write hashalag amayak. So it might look like I'm writing it underneath, but really I'm writing it because in Hebrew we write right to left. So down on this side is going to be hashalag, and right here is going to be amayak. here we got prefix ha, and then shalag, ha shalag, ha shalag, three syllables, three connectors. One connector leaving ha alone, one connector leaving sha alone, and then the last connector connecting la and ga, shalag, ha shalag. And then I-ma-yak, I-ma-yak. Three syllables. And down below, you know what I'm saying, we have it in the Syrian with ka, the different letter, or the letter that it's in, the Amayak is ending in, the letter that the word is ending in, making it a different letter, a different symbol from what it is beginning or in the middle. So I'll give you guys 5 seconds, 5 to 10 seconds to get that down. I'm saying, write it in your notes, or take a picture, or be kind to rewind, however you got to do it. So far, we got cloudy, Ainan, we got rainy, Gasham, and now we got snow, snowy, Shalag. All right. All right, our next forecast, we got rainy, we got snowy, we got cloudy. It sounds like it's only right that we got windy. What time is it? I got enough for windy. And then I'm going to do hot and cold as my last one. So windy is Rawark. Let me write it down. I know that's a typo because it's not Rawark, it's Rawak. Rawak. I believe that's the same word as spirit. You know what I'm saying? Because it could be as you know how some connotations how the spirit moves you. The spirit moves like the wind blows in the earth. So I believe that's the same word, but we're using it as a reference for windy now. Well, rock. So the Strong's concordance for windy, rawak, is H7307. Shalom, Lashawan. Now I'm gonna get the phrase. This phrase it might be hard to remember, but it's something to get us to use the word windy in. The phrase is gonna be it is windy at sea.
Hey, real quick, has the internet still been tripping?
Well, only when we do it on YouTube and Facebook, we're able to do it, but we can't do it on Restream and StreamYard. It still trips on those two.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
All right. So how to say it is windy out at sea in Hebrew is Hawa'a, Sawa'ai, Rawak, Bayam. Real quick, I know that Hawa'a means his or hers rather. And I'm gonna find out Rawak means windy. So these last two words, like we did on the first sentence, we're gonna use our two-letter lookup and find out what they mean. Okay, so why I'm having a hard time finding, so I'm gonna look up Bayam. One second. Right here, the two-letter lookup is not working that well for me. Two-letter lookup only finds the root words. So me being unfamiliar with these two words, I'm not able to find the actual root word. But like what we did on one of the other sentences, using the process of elimination, so this means hers. So we know that one of these words is feminine, and we know this word means windy. So it's probably talking about the sea is a feminine word. But I don't want to speculate. Again, we're just gonna go ahead and write it in the ancient Paleo and ancient Assyrian because I was having trouble with the two-letter lookup. So if you want to know how to say sea or out at sea, or sea is the last word I was trying to find, but I was having trouble. I mean, it's either one of these two. But I will have that next class. Let's get to the fun part. Write it in the Hebrew. So we got ancient paleo. Come. All right. We got our phrase and our forecast word in the ancient paleo and Assyrian. Rawak, 3 letters, two syllables, 2 connectors, ra and wa and ka, connecting into wak, rawak. And then in the Assyrian, and down below we have going from right to left, hawa'a, sa'iwar, rawak, bayam. In the ancient paleo and then in the Assyrian. So there you have it. We were only able to get up to 4 forecasts, but you'll be able to use that. Now, I'm going to pass the class over to Priest and Officer of 5,000, Tazadat.
All right. Give that brother a hand. All right, so we're gonna pick up where we left off. Lord willing, help a young brother out in the back. You know what I'm saying? All right. So last time we did the different nations. This time we're gonna do the different tribes. All right. All right. All right. Just gonna write them real quick. All right. First tribe that we have up here, we have Judah. All right. In Hebrew, all right, it is YAHANNA. All right. Yahweh. All right. All right. So as far as Yahweh or Judah, right? Who are the Judites? I don't know.
The Negroes.
All right. So-called Negroes. All right. Do any of these other colors work?
Purple and red.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on 1 second. All right, here we go. All right. So Yahweh, all right, literally means praise. All right. Or the Lord praise. Or praise the Lord. All right. All right. Next we got Benjamin. All right. So next we have Bunyamin. All right. Okay, which is Benjamin. All right. Who are the Benjamites? Those are the Caribbean islands or the West Indians, so-called West Indians or West Indies. All right. All right. It literally translates to son of right hand. All right. And that's literally what his name translates to, because Bon is what? Son. All right. And for those that have gone through Hebrew Academy, you know, Yum Yun Sar, right? Which is right. You know what I'm saying? Yum Yun is right. Like your right side. Okay. All right. Okay. Next. All right. Next we have Levi. All right. Which translates to Laya. All right. Which is literally where you get the term in English lawyer from. All right. Who are the Levites?
The Haitians.
That is correct. All right. Levi literally means joined to. All right. So next we have Simeon. All right. Simeon in Hebrew is Shemaiah. All right. Who are the Simeonites?
Dominicano.
The Dominicanos. The Dominicans. That is right. All right. Simeon's name literally translates to herd. All right. Why does his name translate to herd?
Mine means listen.
That is correct. Give yourself a hand, brother. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, man. My boy is a Hebrew scholar. You know what I'm talking about? All right. So next we have Zebulon, which translates in Hebrew to Zabalawan. All right. All right. Who are the Zebulonites?
Guatemala.
All right. So from Guatemala to Panama. All right. All right. So Zebulon translates to exalted. All right. So next we have Ephraim. All right. Ephraim in Hebrew is Aparium. All right. Who are the Ephraimites?
Puerto Rican.
Puerto Ricans. The rich portions. All right. All right. I am fruitful. All right. Is what aparium means, right? It's a prefix. It's a prefix. All right. I. All right. Par is fruit. All right. Parium is fruits. All right. So I am fruitful. Right. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Manasseh in Hebrew is Manashah. All right. Who are the Manassites?
Cuban.
Oh man, he damn near cheating because he got the flags up there. I just thought about it. I was like, how you getting all these? I know he don't know all these hoes. I know he don't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he right. It's cute. You know what I'm saying? All right. All right. His name means all right. Causing to forget. All right. Does anybody know why Manasseh's name is causing to forget? Does anybody know who Manasseh is? You don't know who Manasseh is?
Son of Jacob.
No, he's not a son of Jacob.
Oh, he's not a son of Jacob?
Mm.
Oh, he was the son of Dan.
No, that's Jacob's grandson.
And that's what Jacob's grandson?
So was Ephraim. They're Joseph's sons. Because remember, Dan was removed and Joseph got a double portion.
So Joseph is the real tribe of Israel.
No. Do you see the tribe of Dan up here?
Lies.
Why is the tribe of Dan not up here?
Because Dan was exiled.
No, Dan was not exiled. Do you know why Dan is not up here? The reason why Dan is not up here because the Danites, they didn't have a lot of sons. They had a lot of girls and they got bred out. They got absorbed by the other tribes. So Joseph ended up getting a double portion, right? So his son Manasseh and Ephraim, right? They took the place of Dan and Joseph. Because the tribe of Joseph is both of his sons, right? And the reason why Manasseh's name is causing to forget is because that was his firstborn son while he was in Egypt, right? Caused him to forget everything that he went through, all of the pain, all the turmoil. Because remember, he was sold into slavery by his brothers. Then after he was sold into slavery, he was brought up in a Syrian of Pharaoh's house. You know what I'm saying? So he rose up in that house. You know what I'm saying? So high that the wife, you know what I'm saying, was attracted to him. You know what I'm saying? And wanted to sleep with him. He's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And he ran and she tore off his garment, had him thrown back in prison because she lied and said that he raped her or tried to rape her. Right? And then the story goes, he came across the advisor for Pharaoh and the baker. They both had dreams. You know what I'm saying? He interpreted both of their dreams. One of the dreams, the baker, he was going to get decapitated. He's going to get killed. Right? And then the other one, he would get put back in Pharaoh's court. And he told him when that happens to remember me. Of course, he forgot about it. Till Pharaoh had a dream. Right? And none of his sorcerers could interpret the dream. And he was like, you know what? I know this cat in prison. You know what I'm saying? When I had a dream and the baker had a dream, he told us what was going to happen. And it happened exactly the way he said it was going to happen. Maybe she hollered at him. So Pharaoh went and got him out of prison. He interpreted the dream. He rose into the second highest office of the land. You know what I'm saying? And gave one of his daughters for him to marry. You know what I'm saying? And the firstborn son was Manasseh, which his name means causes to forget. Because the Lord, him having a family caused him to forget about all of the pain that he experienced coming up to that point. A family will do that for you. You know what I'm saying? All right. One second. All right. Move on to the next one. All right. We got Gad. All right. All right. Who are the Gadites?
Native Indians.
Native Americans. All right. And Gad literally translates to troops. All right. A natural warriors. All right. Next we have Reuben, which in Hebrew is Rabban. All right. Who are the Reubenites? That is correct. Give them a hand. All right. Reuben literally translates to behold a son, because Reuben is the firstborn son. All right.
It's lucky, sir.
Go ahead.
Because why isn't Reuben first on the list? It was.
I guess you don't know. I guess you don't know your history, do you?
So it's lucky.
So the reason why Reuben isn't first on the list is because Reuben slept with one of his daddy's wives.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? And in him being firstborn, having, you know, rulership as far as like over his brothers was taken from him because of his sin. He slept with one of his daddy's wives. All right, next we got Asher. All right. Who are the Asherites?
Colombia to Paraguay.
Uruguay. how you say it in Hebrew, is Ashar. All right. And that literally translates to happy. All right. It can either mean happy or honest. All right. All right. So next we have Naphtali. All right. And who are the Naphtaliites?
Argentina, Chile.
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 Ain't something that you eat, brother. All right. Argentina to Chile. There's a big hyping over that E. Chile. Chile. All right. Which the name translates to wrestling. All right. And next. All right. Next, we have Issachar, who in Hebrew is Yashikar. All right, who are the Issacharites? Mexicans. All right, and his name means there is recompense. All right, and these are the 12 tribes of Israel: Yahweh, Benjamin, Layah, Shemaiah, Zabalawan, Apariah, Manasseh, Gad, Rabon, Asher, Naphtali, and Yashikar. All right. So, for those that plan on becoming officers, this is essential to pass your officer's test. All right. So you can't say you don't know. All right. All right. So with that, we're gonna pass the class over to Officer Yabakan.
Security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 and 21, and Malachi 3 and 8 through 10 means 10th in the Hebrew. Ma'ai Shara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Gives the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Purim, 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month. Sunday, the 5th of March, and Monday, the 6th of March, 2023. Esther, 9 and 20 through 31. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. And that concludes the security announcements.
All right, and with that, Amajium, which means to stand. All right. Sar, we're going to turn and face the east. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer first in Hebrew, then in English. Repeat after me. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Qadash.
Qadash.
Hayah. Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
BLACKWATCH. Taba'ah. Ratazayka.
Ratazayka.
Hayah. I.S.U.P.K. Baratazah. Hawah. Hayah. Bashemayim. Nakalanawa. Lacham. Call. Yuwam. Wasalachna. Kabawakina. Kasalakina. Kabawakina. Wala'ah. Manasai one. Ball. Awashayna. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Lakab. Amalakwa. Waha'Allah. Wahatapara. Lawalamium. Aman. In the English, our Father. Which art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom
Thy
come.
will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
In earth.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
And forgive us.
And forgive us.
Our debts.
Our debts.
As we forgive.
As we forgive.
Our debtors.
Our debtors.
And lead us not.
And lead us not.
Into temptation.
Into temptation.
But deliver us.
But deliver us.
From evil.
From evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Sar, turn and face the front. We'll give a courtesy salute to the brothers, then to the sisters. Men of Israel, Mighty Shabbat, Maju, Ra, Yahweh, Shim, Yahshua, Barakatah, Yadamatah, Sar, turn and face the sisters. Men of Israel, Mighty Shabbat, Maju, Ra, Yahweh, Shema, Shim, Yahshua, Yadamatah, dismiss.